whatever. Let's get this train rolling.
All right. It's starting. And you're good to go.
Fantastic. Thank you, Chris. All right. I'd like to call to order the Finance Committee meeting of Tuesday, August 30th, 2022. It is 1:03 p.m. and we are live on a digital platform. Just as a reminder, unless something has changed and I missed it, gentlemen, please catch me up if that's the case. We will not be taking a vote as a part of this meeting. We will simply be sort of examining the issues associated with the various items because until we make some adjustments, voting is not permitted remotely in our current system. In other notes, we have moved both items 1 and 2 on today's agenda forward to the September 13th meeting, excuse me. And so we'll be picking up here with item number 3, a resolution for renewal for Unitrend's backup and recovery solution. Mr. Black, it's time for you to put your face in front of the camera.
You're muted, Chris.
Oh, Chris, it is so satisfying.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Too.
Good afternoon, everyone. What you have before you is a resolution to renew our agreement with Unitrends, who has been supplying our backup and restoration solution for the systems within the city of Williamsport, both police department and the city itself. This is a 1-year renewal, and it's at $10,853.70. That is both the combination of hardware and software support.
When you say hardware support, Mr. Black, is that replacement of any hardware items that would fail effectively?
Yes, it is an actual appliance that we have from them, right, that facilitates getting it up to the cloud where they're storing it and bringing it back down.
Got it. So what you're saying is we wouldn't see any cost over and above that $10,000.
That is correct.
Okay. All right. Excuse me, Randy and Eric, for just jumping in, but I just thought of that one. I wanted to check. Eric, do you have any questions?
I do not. It seems like it's pretty standard stuff.
Got it. Randy, anything from you?
Is this our first renewal, Chris?
First renewal that I know of.
Okay. Because I noticed it says 30% in small print, description, 30% support contract price increase renewal years 4 and onward. I just wondered how close we were to triggering that.
Well, and to be honest with you, after this coming year, I'm probably going to be looking for a different solution altogether.
Okay.
Because I want to revamp our entire infrastructure top down, which would give us some additional hardware that we can play with.
Right.
I will be replacing, and we can start using that as our backup storage.
Okay, great.
Excellent. Randy, I was kind of wondering if this might be year 4. Do you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
I don't remember when we started this contract, but it certainly wasn't last year.
I think it was when Chris Cooley was still here.
That's what I'm saying.
But it might have been
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure how long
I don't remember authorizing any tech contract for this much money, but
right.
Okay, I'm not sure how long Mr. Cooley was here. But I know I'm coming up on my 1-year start date. So, we're about 3 weeks away from that yet.
Okay.
So this was brought to my attention that, hey, this expired and you need to renew it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This may be the 4th year then.
I was kind of wondering if we'd executed a 3-year contract with an option to renew, or something like that.
Could be.
We haven't seen so far a lot of tech contracts that are only 1 year.
Yeah, I like to get them for as long as I can, especially on hardware. I like to get them for like 5 or 7 years or longer.
Well, especially if you can fix the price.
Right, that's what I'm saying. If you pay for it up front, I know there's no surprises down the road.
exactly. Well, yeah, and everything in tech just, I mean, every price is exploding across the board right now. But everything in tech always seems to go up every time there's a renewal. So
Yeah, and finding those 5-year contracts, people are kind of reluctant to give them to you anymore because they want you to keep you at 3 and less
Mhm.
because they want to sell you new hardware at the end of those 3 years. And it's like, no, I want 5 to 7 on all my stuff.
yeah, exactly. Um, well, that's, yeah, no, I think that's true, but it is what it is. If you think you're going to be able to find a new solution by next year, then there's clearly no reason to go for more than a 1-year contract in this case.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. All right. Any further questions, Randy?
No, I don't. Thanks.
Okay. Then I will not take a motion on this item, but I think that we've heard everything we need to hear, Chris. If it's, I mean, if it is proves to be easier than it seems to look back and see when we started this contract, it might be useful. But
Sure.
because honestly, I don't even remember the name of the company. So it might just be that my memory is truly failing 2 years into having 3 small children. But
Been there, done
but
that.
I also am wondering if maybe this entity has changed names in the time that we've been contracted with it.
It's possible, but I remember hearing this name Unitrends for quite a number of years now. Not
Okay,
necessarily here, but outside of the city.
got it. So yeah, it might all just be specious on my part, but I would be curious to know, right? Like Randy asked, what year we're in with the company. Clearly, we haven't had an issue with them because if we had,
Right.
we would know their name. But
Trust me, I'd let everybody know.
yeah. Okay. All right. Then moving on from this item. Thank you, Chris,
You're
for
welcome.
making your appearance before the camera.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's good to see your face. See you. I guess we'll see you more on Thursday. And then item number 4 is a resolution of the city authorizing submission of an application for funding to the Commonwealth for redevelopment and capital assistance program grant not to exceed $4 million for River Valley Plaza Starbucks improvement project, which is quite a mouthful. Mayor Slaughter.
Yes, good afternoon, Councilwoman Muley and the Finance Committee members. What you have before you, yes, is kind of a lot to say, but it's an application for a RACB grant, as you said, in an amount not to exceed $4 million for the River Valley Plaza. As has been done before, the city will simply serve as a pass-through for this grant if the grant is awarded by the state. The River Valley Plaza was recently purchased by Mr. Mahunsky, and Penn Strategies is serving as their consultant, River Valley Plaza's consultant. They will handle, if they're successful in receiving this grant, Penn Strategies will handle the of administering the RACP. They're just looking to do various upgrades to the plaza and work in conjunction with Starbucks as well to make that area better traffic flow, some upgrades to the building, different things along that nature. And then they will be here. Mr. Mahunsky and representatives from Penn Strategies will be at the meeting on Thursday in person at the city council meeting for the full body if there's additional questions. But this is just a pass through. Nothing on the city's end as far as any type of financial responsibility or anything along those lines.
Got it. Eric, Randy, questions?
Is this the same RACP application that Pine Ridge is going for?
So yeah, so they all apply. I mean, the RACP program, it's a state program, so yeah, they're all
The same pot of funding.
Same pot of funding, exactly. Yeah, same pot of money. So yeah, hopefully, I mean, it'd be nice if the state technically could award obviously multiple applications.
Mhm.
That's up to the state.
And smaller amounts. They could
Exactly.
give $1 million, or something like that.
Yeah, so they could say Brickyard gets $1 million, the Plaza gets $1 million, etc. So, but yes, it's all the same pot of money. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that was part of, so it's not even a different budget year Eric, which is
Right.
a little surprising. But
So that gives us 3 applications then that the city is being used as a pass-through for?
Yeah, we just serve as a pass-through. So for example, if all 3 of them were to get awarded at some level, we would just serve as the pass-through. Basically, that just means that, we would have to ensure that they have the funding in place. They have, if it's bridge financing, whatever the case might be, but there's no cost to the city for us. As far as we would not be administering any portion of the RACP. That's a very large undertaking. RACPs are there's just a lot of paperwork, a lot of requirements. So we simply serve as the pass-through. We would not be doing any part of the administration.
It puts no additional stress on the finance department.
No.
Okay. That was my question.
Thanks. So Derek, we're currently a pass-through for the Pajama Factory, correct?
That is correct, yes.
Are there any other, the DeSalvo's grant, did that go through the county?
Yeah, I believe that was through the county. We were not a pass-through for that.
Got it. And the Lycoming College RACP grant is done, right?
That is
Or at
correct.
least, so, okay, so,
And then
so the
we're,
old
and then
thing.
we're and putting the finishing touches on the Bowman Field one as well.
Okay.
Teresa,
okay.
we were just.
I thought you meant a new application. I was like, no, please no.
No. No, we're finalizing. Now that the scoreboard and everything is completed, we're finalizing all of that application, so that we can submit that to the state. So we're there. So yeah, so no, we're we're the only pass right now for the Pajama Factory. That's it.
Got it. Okay. And then with the potential for Pine Square and the River Valley Plaza to jump on in. And is the county a pass through for, wasn't there another application out there for Lycoming College? That's not on us
I don't know
either,
if I'm not sure if that's been officially submitted yet. I know they are looking to, let me rephrase that. From my understanding, they're looking to potentially submit a RACP this round, but I haven't seen anything officially.
Got it. Okay. Well, Williamsport would be pretty impressive if we managed to get even a portion of all this funding, but it would be nice. So I guess we'll wait and see.
Yeah, it would be. And I did see some tentative drawings for what Mr. Mahansky wants to do with the plaza. They look very nice. It's gonna be uniform, all updated. He
Nice.
potentially wants to put a nice sign that says "Welcome to Old City Williamsport" as you head down Basin Street. So it looked really nice.
Yeah, I mean, and that's an area that could really use some improvement. I think at this point, it still looks nice, but it would make a big difference. It being kind of one of the entry points to the city to have it. It would be both a benefit to the city and a benefit to the property owner, I think, if we could improve the look of it. So it's
work with us and
appreciated.
PennDOT, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, exactly. And I
work with
appreciate
us and PennDOT on traffic flows and all that. Sometimes it gets backed up there around Starbucks, obviously, and so just trying to improve that a little bit.
Yeah, great. Randy, I'm sorry, I didn't let you get a word in edgewise there. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't. No.
Okay. Derek, the one last question that I have is, do we want to designate Tracy Rash or do we want to designate yourself?
I asked that same question. Tracy said she's fine, for this period right now. Obviously if you move on, we can update it, but right now she'd have to be the one to sign anyway, and the finance to confirm that everything looks good if they were to get awarded. So
got it. So it would get awarded in November, right?
yes.
So yeah, she would be, I mean, we would enter this is the pre-application, we would enter the application phase in November. So at that point, presumably all the paperwork would turn over anyway. My concern was if Tracy wasn't going to be with the city any longer by the time that the documents for this had to be finalized.
Right.
But
and then we could update at that point. I asked them, they said, if we were to, whoever comes in as director of finance or whatever, we could just update the documents at that point.
All right, excellent. All right, well, thank you. That I think is all that I need to know right now. If that didn't spur any further questions for you guys, then we can move on.
Yes.
And they will be here, and I'll ask them to bring some of the drawings to share with council Thursday evening.
Oh, great. I will not be in the room on Thursday, but I will be joining virtually. So I think that would be nice. And I guess maybe if they were willing, understanding that it's not a firm commitment to anything, if they'd be willing to share them with us via email, that might also be nice, just so that we had, sometimes when you just like, I don't know if you see the drawings up on a screen or something like that, you know, it can be a little hard to retain the information. Okay. All right, then this is a much shorter finance meeting than I believe any of us were anticipating.
I guess so.
But the only remaining item on our agenda is any related items. Does anyone have anything else to introduce for the good of the order?
I do not.
Okay. Derek, the only question I have is among the myriad things that by the that had begun to be difficult to get out of the finance department there. One of them was quarterly financial updates. Is there any chance that Tracy would have anything like that for us anytime soon?
I can check with her and report back. I'm sure she will at some point here, but yes, I can get that. And if she can have some type of update here in 2 weeks during the finance committee, even if it's not technically like a quarterly update, but if we can get an initial.
Right, well, we're getting some kind of update one way or the other. I'm not that concerned about it. That was just, it was something that historically speaking, since the beginning of my time on council, the full body of council had received from the finance department. And within the last year or two, that basically had we were getting 1 or 2 a year instead of 4. And so it would be helpful to try to get that back on track at some point. If it doesn't happen, you know, like I said, I guess I'm just pointing out that they used to exist, and it would be nice to see that become something that happens again.
I agree, yes.
Yeah, okay. And the other thing, I think I mentioned this via email, but in terms of our budget discussions moving forward, the other thing I should mention is that if the reconciliation process hasn't been fully completed, I would be comfortable starting discussions with the different department heads on their department specific budgets, using basically a $0 starting line, treating us as departing as though we had never had any expenditures before, but saying, okay, so this was how much you had to spend last year. Tell us what you have to spend this year, you know, varies from that, right? And just going from there. So which might, if you wanted to relay that to Tracy, might simplify some of those discussions at the outset. Anyway, I think those were the only related items that I had. So if no one has anything else to bring forward, then I will take a motion. Oh, wait, never mind. I'll see you guys later. I will, as I said, I will not be there in person on Thursday, but I'll be participating remotely. And if anyone has anything that they want to bring to my attention before the meeting, please just reach out via text or via phone. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thanks
Good
a lot,
afternoon,
guys.
everyone.
Yeah.
Yep. Have a good afternoon. Bye-bye.
Thank you.